Hello, my stamping friends. My name is Holly Peterson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In the United States. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy. I believe it's called a W fold card with the circles in the middle here. I'm using the Everyday You and Me scrapbook paper and stamp set for this project. I'm also using the Spotlight on Nature dies and then the Wanted to Say dies for the happy birthday here. I have all of our measurements here. So our card base is Lost Lagoon, and it is 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5.5. Our little band for the inside is Lost Lagoon, 1.5 by 11, and it's scored at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. I have 4 Lost Lagoon circles that are 2 3/8 around. I have a piece of Lost Lagoon that measures 3.5 by 2, and I've already cut the background piece of the happy birthday out of that layer. And we have 3.5 by 2 of gray granite, and I've already cut the happy birthday out, and I do have that on an adhesive sheet, which makes it really easy to adhere it to the bubble piece. I have 2 circles of Everyday Happiness designer paper cut with the Spotlight on Nature that are, and you need a piece that's 2 1/4 by 4.5 to cut both of those. I have basic white, 2 1/4 by 4.5. 2 pieces of basic white that measure 5 1/4 by 4. The Everyday Happiness designer paper that measures 5 by 3 7/8. And a gray granite layer that measures 5 1/8 by 4 inches. Okay, set some of this aside here. We'll go ahead and fold our card base in half. And then this layer, this gray granite layer, just goes on here. Like that. And then the designer paper just layers on top of that, and it is double-sided. I'm going to go ahead and use the one with the little flowers on it. That one just has a teeny tiny little border. And then we're going to take our happy birthday out of here. I'll just poke these little pieces out. A lot of times when you take that adhesive paper off the back, it pulls all these little extra bits out with it. And I like using my Take Your Pick tool, the pointy end of the Take Your Pick tool. Seems like I can't create without using it. So then we'll just pull that off. Then that gets layered on the happy part. We'll do the same with the birthday. It looks like the birthday's already coming apart, so we'll help it along here. And that adhesive sheet kept all the little bits, so that makes it easy. And then this one, since it's longer, is a little bit more delicate, so I just try to push down one letter at a time to get it where I want it, like that. I just noticed on my original card, I used Pretty Peacock as the layer. Here we just use Lost Lagoon. Just makes it a little bit more subtle. And then we're going to use some dimensionals on the back of our greeting here. Stick that little piece there, and then one more here. I don't like it to sag, so I probably have a little bit of overkill when I use my dimensionals, but as you can see, I cut the edges up and use every last bit of it. And we'll just center that on the front. And the front of our card is all done. So now we'll work on the inside. We'll take these two basic white layers, and I just stamped some flowers and leaves in the corners. And I guess I'm going to get the Pretty Peacock, and we're going to do the little one. I just brought over the Lost Lagoon. Have a little bit more contrast here. Bring in some scratch paper so I can stamp off on the corner there. Whenever I'm stamping, I like to start with my biggest image. So I'm going to stamp with this big flower first. Oops, I didn't need to stamp that. Oh well. And then we'll stamp the smaller flower. I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock on the smaller flower. We'll go ahead and add one down there. Looks like my Lost Lagoon is a little bit too inky, but we'll make it work. And then I'm going to take gray granite and stamp some leaves. Oops, I'm going to stamp that over. Dropped my stamp on there. Okay, let's start this one over. Okay, we'll just do one of those. I'll do two of these. And then we'll try our leaf again. Okay, then we're going to just adhere this to the inside of the card. Before I do that, while I have all the ink pads open, this is to stamp these two layers. So we're going to make our own designer paper, and then we're going to cut them out with the die. Oops. I'm not stamping very good today. And then I'm going to use this bigger leaf with the wild wheat. Now this is a color that's going to be going away next month. We'll be getting 5 new in colors. Which are really pretty, I think. Okay, we'll call that good with that. And then we have some little dots in gray, in gray granite. Let me just get my chamois in. I don't want that pretty peacock ink in my gray granite. Okay. And I think I'm going to stamp off on this layer. Just give it a nice soft feel. And then we're going to take that little leaf again. I guess I didn't put any on my original. We're going to put in a couple of leaves here, full strength. Okay. We'll close out all the ink. And then I'm going to find the die. Here we go. And I'm just going to cut 2 of these out. Okay, there's one. Here's our other one. Go ahead and adhere these to the inside of the card. Oops, I need another refill. Always when you replace your glue, you want to pull the excess glue bits out of the dispensing area here, and that helps keep your seal running smooth. And we just pop this new one in, and we're good to go again. Put this one on this side. We can layer our smaller circles on top of the Lost Lagoon circles. Like that, and then we'll take our strip, and this middle fold is a mountain. The other two are valleys. So then you just want to make sure that it's all even. And then I like to reinforce that. So then you should be able to, with the measurements that I gave you, it should reach from side to side. So we're going to put adhesive on these two outside sections. I'm just using my Seal Plus. You could use a stronger adhesive, and I think this one is not behaving very good. Let me grab a different one. Let's see if this one will play nice. Okay, and you can put this wherever you like. You just want to make sure that your circles aren't going to go outside the top of your card. So I'm just going to put this one over here. And this one will line up over here. So now we know where we're going to put our circles. And I like to rotate them. Since I have stamping here, I think I'm going to switch that around. Well, I guess it's going to be on that side. That's okay. So then I'm just going to put adhesive, maybe. I'm going to use, I don't know what's wrong with my seal today. So I'm just going to put some adhesive here, some glue in the middle. And you could certainly put it on your strip there. I'm just going to put it in the middle of my circle here. And if you needed more room to write, you could always add a panel to the back and write on the back as well. But there we have a really simple happy birthday card. Thanks for stopping by and taking time out of your day to watch my video. I greatly appreciate it. Bye-bye for now.